We're going to demonstrate the prone plank position. The first thing you want to make sure you're doing is lying on your stomach, which is the prone position on the mat. Making sure you have your elbows close to your sides, directly underneath your shoulders. Another important note is to have your palms faced on the ground. You don't want to make a fist or have any tightness throughout your arms. In this position, you're going to focus on engaging the core, which all that means is just slightly bringing your stomach towards your spine. You also want to focus on having a nice rhythmic breathing pattern throughout your exercise. This is a great exercise for the entire core region, which is your abdominals, your low back, and your hip region. So Javier is going to demonstrate this for us by slightly lifting his body up off the mat. If you notice a couple points here, his toes and his forearms are the only parts of his body that are in contact with the mat, and he's keeping an excellent position with a nice straight back and nice level hips. You might notice in the beginning that your hips are up a little too high or lower. Try to hold for as brief as possible and just keep those hips as straight as possible if you can. Again, making sure you're breathing throughout this process. A progression to make this a little bit more intense would be once you start your position, we're going to raise a leg. So Javier is going to lift his body back up. He's going to raise one leg up and just hold it, okay? He's still trying to keep a level hip here. One hip might be a little bit higher and that's fine, but as much as possible, nice and level. And switch legs for us, Javier. Perfect. Still making sure you're breathing, engaging that core, focusing on the entire core region. You can relax there, Javier. So this exercise, as I mentioned, is great for some low back strengthening and entire core region strengthening. As a beginner exerciser, you want to start with the regular plank position, holding for about 5 seconds. Start to increase in increments of 5 seconds, getting up to about 30 seconds. Once you can complete 30 seconds, that's when you would start raising one leg off the mat, holding that one for 5 seconds at a time. Again, increasing 5 increments at a time.